Last season on Beyond the Bookcase, our heroes, Miri, her brother Micah, and their friends Evie, Jacob, and Blue, found themselves stuck in Mashal, trying to fix a fix that wasn't a fix. Remember that? To refresh, Mayor and Bookworm Mr. Sayfair had commanded Clay Giant Golem to put everything in its place, which meant a lot of problems for the fairy tale citizens. By episode 3, our heroes had found Golem and returned him to his lovable, good buddy self. But there were still a few, unexpected issues to fix. The kids chased a magical goat, found out that PJ is short for Petronilla Juniper, brought silliness back to the wacky town of Helm, and corralled a bunch of escaped mythical creatures. And of course, they did a mitzvah or two along the way. After all of that adventure, they returned through the bookcase to our beloved synagogue, Sofer Shalom, only to find that someone had left a terrible mess in their library. But who could it be? And why? Let's pick up where we left off.
Deep in the basement of Sofer Shalom, there's a dusty library that's really the home of a magical bookcase to another world, where Micah and Miri and their friends are home, where there's wolves and hares living fairy tales, Mr. Sayfair, the golem, and glass shoe sales. So come join us for the magic and mystery, maybe even a bit of Jewish history. Auntie PJ's here to give us a taste of all the adventures beyond the bookcase, beyond the bookcase, beyond the bookcase.
There are books all over the ground. Who would have knocked them off the shelf?
And the magical bookshelf, it's totally empty.
Check out these dusty footprints. Someone's been in here.
What's going on?
Of course, this can only mean one thing, my darlings. It's time you learned about the Joha stories.
What does that mean?
The world's greatest trickster has something up his sleeve.
Who are
Where did he come from?
Hello, Elijah. Long time no see.
Miss Petronilla Juniper, in the flesh. It's been ages.
Literally ages.
I'm a little lost here.
Who is this guy?
Kids, this is my dear friend, Elijah.
You mean like the Elijah? The one we've been saving chairs for at Passover?
You've been saving a chair for me? I'm touched.
Elijah and I used to be, shall we say, secret partner operatives within classified organizations where we carried out important undercover missions, if you get my drift.
PJ, you're not using air quotes correctly, and you've just wildly blown our cover. Again.
Oopsie doops. Well, I wouldn't worry too much. The children have already traveled through my magical bookcase to a fairy tale land where they helped a clay golem and a giant talking worm. Actually, 2 giant talking worms. I think they can keep this teensy little secret too.
You don't have to worry about us, Auntie PJ.
Oh, thank you, Micah. Now, Elijah, I haven't seen you since we had to solve the mystery of the Maharaja's haunted jewels. What brings you to Temple Sofer Shalom?
I've been searching the globe, and various other realms too, for Joha.
And Joha is...
Well, Miri, Joha is the biggest troublemaker the world's ever known. He's sneaky and smart, and he's foiled our missions more times than we can count. Usually just accidentally, but still.
And he's very difficult to find. He's a master of disguises and all matters of escape. Plus, he's just pretty darn fast.
He's outrun us half a dozen times.
At least. And I'm finally on the verge of catching him before he does something so mischievous, it'll change the history of the world forever. We have to find him. And PJ, you're the only one I know with the smarts and skills to do it. What do you say? It'll be an epic adventure.
Well, I do like epic adventures, but I'm a little exhausted from our last one. And I have a lot of books to catalog. but I also have 5 young friends who may be up to the task. What do you think, kids?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm still not sure what's happening here.
Auntie PJ and Elijah need us to find Joha. We're up to the challenge, right?
I think so?
Now, Miri, we'll need your leadership to make this work.
We can do it, Auntie PJ. When we're together, there's nothing we can't do. Micah, we're going to need your positivity and probably your matzah in case this thing takes a while and we need snacks.
You got it. I might not have my endless matzah superpower anymore, but I still have enough to last us at least a few hours.
Evie, get your detective skills ready.
Good thing I never go anywhere without my youth sleuth travel kit.
Jacob, your mechanical skills will come in handy.
I do wish I was still magnetic, but at least I've stopped demagnetizing my library card.
And Blue, we'll have to rely on your intuitiveness most of all.
You can count on me, even if I'm not, glowing.
It'll be a long, arduous journey.
So, you're saying we should text our parents that we might be home late?
Prepare for the grandest quest of your young lives.
I mean, we did just save a fairy tale kingdom from a giant clay golem, but okay.
Best of luck, kids. You'll need it.
Come on, everybody, let's find Joha.
Ooh, who are we looking for, huh?
Joha?
That's my name. Don't wear it out. What? Nobody thinks that's funny anymore? Oh, man, that joke killed in the 90s.
Just the man we've been looking for.
So, that's it for the quest, I guess. That was a lot easier and faster than usual. I guess we'll be home for dinner after all.
Joha, I've searched across 7 realms for you. And I also scoured the mall food court.
You know how much I love a good frosted pastry with a side of teriyaki noodles. Yummy.
Don't we all? So where have you been?
You know, one day, as I was smack in the middle of a great adventure, I found myself in this bizarre land full of princesses and talking animals who played magical instruments. There were giant pumpkins and talking egg guys, too.
Michelle?
Exactly! It was probably the most interesting and beautiful place I've ever been. So I decided to make my home there. And saw the work you kids did in Mashal. I'm a big fan.
Thanks.
So why'd you leave Mashal?
Well, I guess you could say I'm kind of a wanderer.
How so?
Well, stories about me come from all over the place. I'm not just a Jewish character, and I go by a whole lot of names, like Joha, Goha, Hoja, Mola, Nazardin. It just kind of depends on where you're from, So, the famous Joha/Goha/ whatever you want to call me, I can't be contained to just one realm. Impossible.
Well, I can understand that, but Joha, what are you doing here in my library?
Well, I am here to inspect my nail.
Your nail?
Yes, of course, my nail! You see, long ago, I owned this library, but I sold most of it to my dear Petronilla Juniper, out of the goodness of my heart.
Well, and because you needed the money, and you don't like books.
True on both parts. Ugh, books, am I right? Too many opportunities for headaches and paper cuts. Besides, listening to stories is my idea of a good time. Anyway, I sold the library, all except for this one nail right here near the bookcase. Oh, and there it is. Oh, what a beautiful little thing. A little dusty, maybe. Get that off there. Okay, but still nice and sturdy.
You're saying you bought one single nail in this library?
No, of course not. That would be silly. I sold everything except one single nail in this library. And as owner of this lovely nail, I have the right to check on it every now and again. Make sure it's still, nailing and all that. Oh, it is. Perfect.
And you're always so sure to check on it at the most inopportune times. Last time, you ate all the homemade gluten-free energy bars I made just for Evie. And there's no eating in this library.
Is that like a new rule or...
I mean, we have matzo pizza contests here every Passover.
And remember all those smoothies we made?
That's not the point, kids.
So, what is the point, dear Petronilla Juniper?
The point is that, well, the point is, you see, the point is, there are rules, and, oh, Joha, you are vexing me.
Well, if you'd prefer to just, I don't know, let me take over the library, then I wouldn't have to check on my nail every so often, and I could leave you alone.
Well, you leaving me alone, that does sound nice.
Oh, you could finally retire to Aruba?
Or Bouvet Island.
Ooh, where's that?
It's a small sub-Antarctic volcanic island in the South Atlantic Ocean. Oh, very remote, very beautiful, very cold. Wait, just 1 minute. I know what you're doing, Joha, and it's not going to work. You're not going to annoy me out of my beloved library.
It was worth a shot, but one way or another, I want a chance to get this library back.
Dream on.
According to this multi-page contract we signed back in 1962, I can do more than just dream.
Contract?
1962? Auntie PJ, how old are you?
Blue, you should never ask a lady her age. Joha, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I can't believe you don't remember. Well, it clearly states that on the 6th of Tishrei, if the moon is precisely halfway between the sky and the horizon, and the North Star is glowing the perfect shade of rose red, and the 53rd owl has laid exactly 6 speckled eggs, then I can win back the library in a game of my choosing.
That's in the contract?
Oh, just let me see that. With sky and horizon, rose red, and laying exactly 6 speckled eggs.
Why did you sign that, Auntie PJ?
Oh, well, I don't know. It was a long time ago. Sometimes I just like whimsy. I never thought it would actually happen.
But you don't even like the library, Joha.
Well, it's not my favorite, no. That's why I plan to take it to another dimension altogether, where I can transform it into a telemarketing hub.
A telemarketing hub? Really?
You know how much I love vexing people. Why not turn that passion into a business, right? It's just smart thinking.
You can't take away our library.
Can you even own a library that's part of a whole other building? Where will the Hebrew school class meet?
And the chapel,
And where will we do Top Shabbat?
where Kiddush is served.
And where will we assemble gift baskets for Purim?
In the supply closet next to the boiler room, of course. So, here's the deal. If you win, the contract is null and void, and I'll give you the nail and stop coming back to annoy you. I win, the library is mine.
So what kind of game are we talking about here?
Is it Parcheesi?
Trivial Pursuit?
Hopscotch?
No. We will be playing my very favorite game.
Oh, no.
Scavenger hunt, hide and seek!
This isn't going to end well. PJ, remember the last time we went off in search of hidden treasures?
Of course, but...
That's a story for another time.
Okay, so what do we do? How do we play?
Oh, it's so easy. A child could, well, scratch that. A few children could do it. So, you just have to find me. But I'll have a head start.
What's that?
It appears that a very sparkling new portal to another dimension has just opened up in the bookcase.
How many portals does this thing have?
Catch me if you can, kids! See you on the other side!
Well, that was new.
Kids, we can't let him win the library.
But I feel like the ability to travel through space and time in a mystical glittering portal gives him a distinct advantage.
Oh, that's true. He could be literally anywhere.
Which is why I've been looking for the Atlas all afternoon.
The Atlas?
Oh, Oh, yes, the atlas. Now, where did I put it since you've pulled everything from the magical bookshelf?
Sorry about the mess, PJ, but I went through every last book in search of the atlas.
It's okay. I take joy in recataloging. But that means the atlas must be mixed in with the less magical books over here. 28 ways to make a tri-cornered hat. No. The big book of deviled egg recipes for Passover. Oh, yum. No, ultimate guide to raising your golden goose. Oh, I could have used that earlier. No. Here it is. The atlas. Heavier than I remember.
What's it for?
This atlas can take you anywhere you want to go, at any time. Just flip to the right page, touch your desired location, state the time, and say the magic word. Nazooz!
You mean this whole time you've had a magical book that could transport us anywhere?
Well, how do you think I managed to have all those adventures in Finland and save the Antarctic emperor penguins in the same week?
I'm surprised you didn't show them the atlas earlier. It was such a staple of our weekly office meetings.
Weekly office meetings? What are you oh, you mean our secret missions.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Must have slipped my mind.
PJ!
Oh, that's behind us now. And you can use the atlas to find Joha. It's the only way to be sure the library stays in the right hands.
We know you can do it. You'll each have a chance. For now, take a moment to rest. You'll need all your wits about you for this challenge.
Well, who's up for an energizing smoothie?
I thought you said you didn't want anyone eating in the library.
I know what I said.